what would you consider as your neo sales and operations unique selling points or differentiators?
Yeah, it's the people, eh?
Yeah.
Obviously, I've just touched on this. Now, I've been a manager since I was 19, not in sales, operations, which I think we discussed the other day. So I came up through operations in hotels. So from 19, I have made every mistake you can make as a manager for 2 decades. There'll be people watching this now that don't recognize this version of Stewart Moss, and they'll be thinking, yeah, this guy just seems like he's really clear and concise, and he's not. And I think, you learn, it's a craft. You've got to learn, you've got to evolve. And I truly hope that we watch this back in years to come and I've changed again, because you've got to stay at the forefront of leadership. You've got to know how to look after people. And that can be different to each person, and you can tailor that, but you've got to be flexible. So this is a list that I've compiled of 20 years of distilled mistakes. So, one, I move obstacles out of my team's way. It's as simple as that. And I think if you're running a restaurant and you guys haven't got enough espresso cups, that's an obstacle. If you're going out to market and you haven't got coherent marketing that deals with the C-level executives that you need to speak to, that's an obstacle. Obstacles are anything, but it's your job to move them out of the way. Number two, you've heard this phrase already, I cut through the noise. I decide and I dilute the messages that my guys need, because you can spend all day lost in emails and phone calls and any other bit of collateral that's coming your way. I decide what they need to know, and I make sure that they stay laser focused on their account development plan and their bigger goal. I don't want them getting lost in noise, because it's so easy to do, especially in big companies.
I have a question to build on that. So speaking of processes and getting your team to really focus, this is related to the question I just asked, but building on that, do you think of any specific process improvements that could help hoteliers be more efficient in selling and delivering MICE and corporate sales?
Yeah, I think, as we touched on, your website needs to be match fit. You need to have excellent CRM. I think if you can automate anything that isn't selling, that's a specific improvement. Again, the companies that we just touched on, the companies that are going to use digital connectivity to really make their events hybrid and expand the remit of who's in the room, they're in a smart place. They're going to win.
Okay. And last question, I know I've asked you a lot here, but how do you see the industry evolving in the coming years?
I think naturally, the way the world is now, the use of contactless technology is going to become more and more prevalent. I would expect that the operations that are now behind the curve on self-check-in, key cutting, digital order taking, they're going to catch up quite quickly. I think the customer perception of value, this is what we've been talking about a lot recently with our messages. The customer perception of value is going to be more important than ever before. And I think, given Yorkshire, where we are, it's a beautiful county. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of attractions. It's known for an attraction destination. But we wrote an open letter, actually, to those attractions recently. And we said, listen, let's work together. We will market you with our marketing team. If you're a small attraction and you haven't got the reach we have, we will do it with you. Because we all need to be bigger than we ever have been before. We all need to have more value add than we ever have before. Yeah. And we actually created a package around that called the Great Yorkshire Escape, which I think is probably the best value package we've ever offered. And I think that customer perception now is so crucial. And I think you're not only fighting against the fact that you've got to reach somebody to come and stay with you, you're actually finding that you've got to convince them to come and stay with you now as well, because the world's changed. We've got to work together in your markets. That much is clear. And I think outside of this is a really strong belief I have, actually. And it might be because I've grown up through, waiter to director. It's a fairly road. But outside of this, I think the businesses that have those truly great people with truly great personalities are always going to win. And I think we've all, by this stage, directed our own goodwill to businesses in our community during the pandemic. And I think we've gone out to help the businesses that we feel deserve it because of how we've interacted. Yep. And we're going to those 4 guys again. You simply cannot duplicate or replicate personality. And so many businesses have tried. You can't do it. You need those great people. And I think the interesting thing after this world starts to come back to normality, we're going to see the businesses that have looked after their people. We're going to be able to see the evidence of who is looking forward to getting back to work, who wants to get back and hit it. So I think it will become more of a a personality-fed business, as it was before, really. Some things just never change, eh?
And full circle background, honestly. No, I actually share that sentiment and truly believe that it is about focusing on people, whether it's your staff or your guests that are going to drive hospitality businesses. I mean, that's what hospitality is all
It
about.
is. It
So,
is.
Stuart, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And I
Pleasure.
great day.